Hi, good morning guys. So I just got out of the shower, but I decided to just make videos when I feel like it and really spontaneously. So I just made my breakfast, green banana smoothie. That's just really my go-to. So good. Yeah, and I just wanted to talk about how this whole dieting is surrounding me and how it's just so crazy and never really occurred to me to be abnormal before because it was just always there. But just the other day I went for a dinner with my girlfriend, and on the way back in the car she told me that just to stay at the weight that she is, she just only eats every other day. Like seriously, doesn't eat every other day at all besides drinking tea and drinking water. And I was like, don't you think that's a little crazy? And she's like, no, that's fine, the body doesn't need as much food. And you know, she like, I agree that sometime for some people fasting might work, but it's not like on a regular basis, and you need the energy for your body to move and do stuff, right? So anyway, she is not eating every other day, and I was like, oh, that's just, I don't know. And you wouldn't think that because she looks really healthy, right? But she restricts every other day. And then I talked to my sister and she's like, oh, I lost 2 kilos, that's so great. And I talked to my aunt and she's like, oh, you know, I really have to lose weight for the summer. And I'm like, oh god, you're 45. Do I really want to struggle with my weight still at 45? Can I just accept that I'm a little older then and it's not as easy for me? My metabolism isn't as fast. It's just so crazy to see how many people are struggling. I've seen my mom growing up. I've seen my mom dieting my whole life. That's why I was so scared to actually gain weight, because I saw my mom struggling, I saw my 2 sisters struggling. They were both older than me and they were always struggling with their weight, and I was always the young one, the skinny one, and everyone was making me compliments and they're like, oh, you can just wear whatever you wanted. So I grew up thinking that was a really good thing, that was something really admirable, and I was so scared of losing the one thing that I was able to do, be skinny. So when I gained weight later, that was really horrible for me, because I lost what I could do best, which was skinny, which is not an achievement at all. I was just growing like crazy and I was eating the unhealthiest diet ever. It's amazing me. It amazes me. It amazes me how many people around me are dieting. I mean, even here in university, there are so many girls, just I hear them on a daily basis like, oh, I can't. Like, there is a girl, everyone adores her because she's so pretty, and all the guys go for her because she's really a really pretty girl and she has a really slim figure. But then the other day she's like, oh no, I can't take my jacket off because it was hot. It was so hot and she was sweating. She's like, oh, I'm so hot. Everyone's like, yeah, take your jacket off. She's like, no, I can't, my arms. I can't show my arms. And she's really not overweight, but that just shows how disordered her picture of herself is, right? And I just it's just so not healthy. I don't know. And then I feel like so many more girls have an eating disorder than girls that are diagnosed, that are in a clinic, that are bulimic. I feel like almost every girl I know has a somewhat disordered behavior towards eating, myself included. Not right now, I guess, but definitely was. And sometimes it's probably, maybe I'll go back into a phase where it's not as good. But sometimes I just keep eating foods that keep me in the light. That I have some foods that trigger me, that I'm just not eating, and I don't think they trigger me right now, but I was avoiding them for really long, that would trigger me to binge. And as long as I keep eating foods that make me happy and I don't feel like they're depriving me, like this one, because I love this and I don't feel like I have to have this, it's just keeping me really balanced and I don't feel like I have to binge. So yeah, and this whole calorie restricting thing, I mean, I've been over that. And when I found the whole, I mean, I've been vegan for almost 3 years, but when I last year around this time, found this whole high carb thing with Freely, and I was so hooked in it at first, and I was just stuffing myself with carbs, and because I thought that would be a healthy way, but I don't feel like that is. And I mean, everyone was making videos about that, and I don't want to shame Freely right now or make such a big deal out of it, The only thing that I find really, really scary is that she's attracting so many girls with an eating disorder. So many girls coming from being anorexic, being so skinny, and then looking at all her posts of her being so skinny. Everyone wants to achieve that. She is focusing on the diet part so much and telling girls to smash in the calories like crazy. And that is just, you know, coming from a life focused and obsessing over calories, and all you could think about was eating or not eating, and then focusing on the other extreme way, which is what I did too. I was so scared all the time to not have enough ripe fruit, to not have enough food on hand. But actually life is so much more than food, and I just needed to get away from that. And I feel like those girls who come from eating disorder, they can probably gain some weight. That's awesome. They can maybe just heal some of their mindset. That's awesome. But they also need either professional help, or they need to do different things, going in a different direction, and only focus on how many calories they can smash in, because that's just the other extreme. So I don't want to focus too much on the diet here. I just wanted to say how crazy it is that there's so many girls dieting around me, and I feel like the high carb vegan thing is really good and you can thrive on it, but it also makes so many more girls struggle with their bodies and with, yeah, just because they gain weight, because they don't know what to do, because they're so confused, and because it makes them focus even more to look as skinny as really who is freaking skinny. No doubt. I just hope that those girls can focus on something else than how many calories they can smash in. Okay, I'm gonna finish my smoothie and then go to school, and I hope to see you guys later. Bye.